and we are going to make, for today's lesson, orange creamsicle cookies. So it's a wonderful cookie, and it's got cream cheese, butter, sugar, flour, eggs, orange, yada yada. So let's get started. We're going to start with, what is it, I think 2.5 cups of sugar? Yep, 2.5 cups of sugar in the bottom of the bowl here. All right, and of course I'm using my paddle for my KitchenAid. So let's start with the 2.5. There's 1, 2, and that's about half right there. Okay. That. Now we're going to need a full pound of butter. Okay. You'll notice most of my recipes call for a full pound of butter just because it's so wonderful. Okay. Now I did soften this in the microwave a few minutes ago. So notice it's pretty darn squishy there. Okay. So there's our 4 sticks. Now there's a lot of butter right here on these wrappers here, so let me quick grab a scraper and scrape that off. It's good stuff, and we're going to want to use it, so it's part of the recipe. If it wasn't in there, the recipe would be wrong. So that's my take on it, right?
Yeah.
All right, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Got it all in there. Okay, so now I might as well throw my cream cheese in too. I'm going to use a 1/2 pound of cream cheese. Okay, so like I said, that's a full pound of butter and a 1/2 pound of cream cheese. Now, my cream cheese is at room temperature also. I did not put it in the microwave, by the way. It's just been sitting out on the counter for the last hour or two. And get all that in there. Bloop. Okay, good enough. Okay, put this on mixer. Might as well get that right now. Okay, we're going to just use a low speed action. Let it come together as a ball. Nice and gradual, no need to hurry it. Okay. We'll be using a little bit of vanilla here from our lovely friend Anita. Wait till a little more of that sugar dissolves into the butter and the cream cheese. I don't want to basically make a big drip, of sugary vanilla. So, alright, let's push this down. There we go, look at that. Isn't that nice and smooth? It's coming right along. Alright. Pop this in now. I'm doing it now so I don't forget. I want to make sure I got vanilla in there before I put flour in. Later on, I'm going to be using some orange zest, and that's going to need to mix in. Okay, see how it's basically almost all that sugar is, sucked into the ball around the mix in the paddle there. You just got a little bit left there. Might as well pull that up. See, just a little bit right here, a little bit of granule. Put that up at the top. Okay. And we'll bring this down, of course. So that's like so. And look at that. All set to go. Without making too much of a mess, we hope. Alright, let's let that finish up. Okay. Now we're going to need to use some egg yolks. Alright, so there's one yolk. There's two. And I'm going to keep my egg whites here because tomorrow I'm going to bake myself some white cake for one of my wonderful customers. And it's the perfect time to use it. So let me get one more ready so we make it an even 4. Oop. I broke it. It's alright. Still in the shell. There we go. Alright, good enough. Now I want to mix that down in. There we go. And as always, we're just trying to keep the batter nice and smooth and consistent. When things mix in nice and smooth and consistent, generally you don't end up having any chunks later on, which is always what we want. Okay, let me check the bottom here, see how it feels. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. Look at that. See how it's all the same consistent color?
Yeah.
Okay, that means the yolks are mixing in nice. Okay. And I don't have any globules of butter or sugar, so I would call that really beautiful. Okay. So it's good to give it another couple quick turns around, but it's not really totally necessary. All right. So anyway, we'll put those off to the side. Okay. So now we have in our cream cheese, our butter, our egg yolks, and our sugar, and our vanilla. Okay. So last thing we need to do is worry about putting flour in there, I guess. Just make sure here. Yeah. So we'll add 5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, of course. Okay. Unless you have some cake flour at home. If you've got some cake flour at home, then I would recommend going like maybe 2 to 2.5 cups. Well, basically mix it half and half with cake flour and all-purpose flour. All right. So that would be a good mix. Anyway, if you don't have the cake flour, it's not going to make any difference if you use all-purpose, the whole thing all-purpose. Okay, so here's my 4, right up to the top, pretty much. All right, and then let me just add one more here, make it an even 5.
And I see that this batch doesn't require sifting.
No, it's just going to mix right in.
Okay.
No, I rarely sift flour into a cookie mix. That's a cake kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Very gently, I'm going to jog the mixer. It's about to. There we go. Starting to mix. All right, let's get that mixer working. Okay. Before we stress it out too much, I'm going to check the feel of it. Oop, we're a little tacky here. Definitely a little tacky. Okay. So, now's the time. Let me feel it all through. Yeah. Okay, so it's sticking to my fingers. I want it to not really stick to my fingers. I want to be able to touch it and not have it stick. Okay, see?
Yeah.
See how a little bit's sticking there? Okay, so no worries. We'll just add about maybe another half cup of flour. That's sugar. Flour. Okay. All right. Now we want to be awfully cautious not to. We want to blend this in while mixing it as little as possible. Okay. You'll see what I mean.
This sounds interesting.
Well, notice I didn't just dump it in one spot.
Yeah.
I spread it out, okay? And I have some on the front of the paddle and some on the back of the paddle.
Okay.
Okay? So. And a couple times around, and all the loose flour just dropped right down to the bottom, which is really where I needed it. Okay.
Okay.
Did you? I mean, that only went around what? 6 times, 5 times, if that.
Yeah. Not too much.
Now there's 2 more times. Okay. But see now look at it.
Ah.
See how not tacky. Well, it's still just a touch tacky.
You got to.
But that's okay. But this. I mean, by the time I get this out and turn it into a ball, it's going to finish blending in. Okay.
Gotcha.
So.